The people have decided who their senators are going to be. What do you see, or what are three priorities you would like the legislature this time around to tackle for the people, specifically on the island of St. Croix?
Oh, we need to, the energy crisis needs to be resolved.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that we can do that is by understanding that St. Croix and St. Thomas are two very different economies
Yeah.
and two very different islands, right? We may be a
Mm-hmm.
territory, and I get it, but St. Croix has resources or lacks resources that St. Thomas has.
Mm-hmm.
So, in order for us to be able to address our energy crisis, people say, well, you can't get rid of WAPA, right? So maybe that is so, because it's not something that you can do immediately. But there are a few things that you can do right away. And that would
Mm-hmm.
be uh, eliminating the blending of rates.
Mm-hmm.
We blend the LIAC, right? We blend the cost of the fuel uh, across the islands rather than based on consumption. And I
Mm-hmm.
argue that there is greater consumption and greater expenditure on the St. Thomas St. John Water Island side than they are in the St. Croix Island. And so the blending should be eliminated. And we need to really engage with the refinery. They have a power plants
Mm-hmm.
that they can provide the entire island of St. Croix with power. That asset is sitting right there, and they have said that they are willing. They have said that they are willing to do a number of things to include waste to energy, but
Mm-hmm.
the agencies are not sitting down with them. They are not able to get anyone to come to the table and have conversations about how these things can happen. And I'm telling you that if we don't address the energy crisis, I see it every day. Families are going without electricity. That's very
Mm-hmm.
stressful. I see it all the time, and the power outages are just, well, it's not sustainable for anyone. So I would ask the St. Croix senators to show some muscularity and to start the conversation about eliminating the need to blend and bifurcating the authority so that we can take care of whatever the issues are in St. Thomas, which is trying to get those propane, the power, the equipment rolling, and then
Mm-hmm.
focusing on St. Croix and seeing what other assets are here that we can use. Healthcare is it's a number one priority along with energy. I was disappointed that Senator Villet is not the chair of the health committee because I know
Mm-hmm.
that him and I both share a lot of the same visions and
Mm-hmm.
passion for healthcare. I'm not at all impressed with any of the work that the current chair has done. Actually, I had no idea what he's done. And so healthcare is critical for all of us. Health is wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like us to start talking about getting our hospital built.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's been 7 years. It's been 7 years, for goodness sake.
Mm-hmm.
There is no reason why we haven't been able to get that going, and I don't think there is enough of a sense of urgency on behalf
Mm-hmm.
of our policymakers to get healthcare up and going. And then thirdly, they need to focus on the economy. I know that that Hubert Frederick is the chair of that committee, and I hope that there is going to be some conversation about what we're going to do to move the St. Croix and the St. Thomas economy forward. We're two different islands, Anthony,
Mm-hmm.
and St. Croix has a lot of room for growth. I'm not
Yes, we do.
suggesting that we, blow the doors open and say, open it to 20,000 tourists a day. But
Mm-hmm.
there are so many other things that we could do on St. Croix that can really improve our economy so that our people can afford, can get jobs and afford housing. So those would be my three priorities. The same priorities that I run on, right?
Mm-hmm.